She might be this one.
It's stable.
23. Might be this one.
23 is this one.
Oh, this is 23?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Says on the screen.
Which one of them? Same seat. Same seat you're in.
Where are they telling you to go?
We got two numbers on this. It's gotta be this one. This is 24 here?
25, 26?
25.
26 over there?
That's what he said. What he said. What he said? I see two. They got him. Numbers is like a monkey.
But yeah, we got two numbers on there. Which one's 27?
26, 27. Seems reasonable. That's 27. There you go, let's trade it out. It says in the bottom of the computer tells you what it is. This one over there.
Yeah. Alright, take care. Hey, Jacob, call me.
Clerk!
Four, we got here.
Yeah, we need 27.
That is not your clock. Your clock is positive 1506.
I'm waiting to see what number. We're trying to figure out what table to talk. That's what we're waiting for.
All our players are here.
You don't know nothing, boy. What are you? How are you? So now it's all bed seats and everything.
Now it's everything we need. Yep. I'll walk you through it.
I'm gonna have a lot of buttons and stuff over here if you don't mind. Help me get out of here.
What's that? Oh,
Table number 2. Do you have the exact time, sir?
What's the Where we here? Yes, I'll tell everybody that in just a second.
So everyone's going to hand shovel because our table is
Haley, where did you say you were? Oh, okay, I thought you said 8. Okay, good.
Sure. Can you grab these for next week?
Yeah.
That's good stuff? That's everything from my old table. I just signed the new car, signed 23 table on that car.
Is there nobody in the one seat? Okay.
Do I call her 1 or call her 2?
She's going to be actually 3. There will be no 1, the 2, 3, 4. Haley, H-A-L-Y? H-A-L-Y? Oh. H-A-Y-L-E. Oh, okay. All right. H-A-Y-L-E. And I'm going to need chip counts for this table. What's your name? I can't hear. A-M-A? A-N? A-N-A? Anna? A-N-A? Okay. And 5 seat?
Brad?
And the 6 seat? What's your name? David?
Steven.
Steven. S-T-E.
PH.
Got it.
Run good chance.
And the 7 seat right here? William.
I remember you from up
8's gonna be empty. You're in the 9 seat. What's your name?
I'm technically in it.
No, it's the thing in front of you. What's your name?
Yeah,
Steve? Stan. And in the 10 seat? Russell? R-U-S-S-E-L-L? Alright, I'm gonna need chip counts and chip count. If you can help me out with these guys' chip counts, Brandon. 389. 129 for Russell.
On is 106,000.
160.
1065.
1065. 130500. Steven? 277. And William? 10850. Stan? 122. And 129. Where's the button at?
Button is in the 4 seat, 3 to 5 seat.
On Brad.
There's a difference in my face on my photo. It's not on my end.
Ready to go. As soon as you're ready, we're firing up. Also, at the end of this 15 minutes, we're going to count off the red chips and take a break.
That's true. The microphone is done right now, and we'll make sure we're up to about halfway.
Then in 15 minutes, we're going to take a break.
Hit that one so you can hear what we're saying.
I'll go do the action factor. So it should be more than 50 minutes.
Sometimes you gotta do the job yourself.
And that is not a slam on him yet.
No, I mean, there's a lot going on. It's day one. Did learn, yep.
Okay, guys, just a quick announcement. We are doing
Hey guys, welcome to Flight C of Event 1 here at the Lone Star Poker Series. You have Chris Birchfield here alongside Derek and Cheris. Say something to the people, Derek.
What's going on, guys? How you doing today?
So as you see, we just got everyone moved into the under 40 person room. All dealers will be hand shuffling from here on out, and one table will be on a live stream. We'll be able to track chip counts, different stats like VPIP and all sorts of things. And mainly, you'll get to listen to, well, me being a loser, commentate on everybody else how they play poker. Derek bagged in Flight B because he's a legend. And I'm going to take a shot at the last flight here at C.
So there's no headphones at all over here, and no phones while you're in the hand. So if you're in the hand, you can have phones out when your hands get.
Oh, there's still
It has to be at this table. Are there any
Right now, Eric Anderson, who is kind of the
Don't play the
mastermind
exact same.
of,
The dealer is going to
this
tell me every action so that I can
tables,
type
is
it in
explaining
so that
everyone the
people
rules of the
can
live
see
streams
it
and where the
enjoy
cards
it.
go and all that
We've
kind of
got two
stuff.
commentators in there
So we will get
going to
started
be
here in the next few minutes.
Commentating, that's what we do.
Do we have any
So
updated chip
I'm
counts
done.
yet? Or
If you guys are
They,
ready,
they will
doing, or?
we'll have updated chip counts on the feature table.
table on Facebook and Twitch. It will show up in 15 minutes because of the delay, so it's not there yet. So in 15 minutes, you guys can jump on Facebook and Twitch and share with all your friends. And
One other thing, guys. Because this is going to be broadcast and it's going to be all over the place, you have to have your mask on. You're in this room, you got to have a mask on. All the way up, over your nose. I know you used to take them down every once in a while, take them down. You can't do that. It's going to be on TV, it's going to be all over. We're getting killed on the internet. So mask up, enjoy, play poker, 15 minutes left of this level. Dealers, up and deal.
Alright guys, well it looks like first hand's going out of this live stream. Again, you have Chris Birchfield here, Derek Contreras stepped out of the booth for a second. Alex Optional, the Twitch Master live streamer, will be joining us here in a little bit.
diagram right in front of you. You're actually in that one. It's very 17. Okay, we'll put one's over there because it won't read this one. This one's turned on. So put it right in front of you. And
As you can see, Eric's explaining to everyone on the feature table where the cards go to pick them up and all that kind of good stuff.
okay. Play this hand out, and then I'll
Is that
give you
like a little square on there
a
where
deck
it
that will
shows
actually read.
I'll be honest with you, I'm not good enough to be in that room, so I don't know.
He is Stan is seat 9. And,
nine raises
and
to 9,000.
Russell is 10. So Stan raises to 9,000. 10 folds. 3 folds. Alright, 3 folded, Haley.
Let's be fair, that's probably for the best.
Four.
I've already seen the ceiling.
Four
so I've had to pull-
4 seat column, 5 seat folded,
4 Brad folded.
6 seat folded,
Got it.
7 seat column.
Alright, so we can see a couple of the players that are sitting here at the feature table. Fan favorite, Haley Hochstetler, making an appearance all the way from Tulsa, Oklahoma. She's one of the higher-ups at RunGoodGear.com, which is one of our amazing sponsors for the Lone Star Poker Series.
I have to actually type it in. Alright, so on the flop, everybody check.
Yes.
Okay,
We also
to tell
have
me that.
Stan
And
in
then,
the 8
turn
seat, it
was
looks
the
like,
three of spades.
in the 9 seat.
7 seat check.
He is a Houston local poker player, a very good friend of mine. And it looks like he raised the first hand.
7 seat fold,
Got it.
9 seat queen.
Perfect. Okay, I'll trade you cards now.
Alright, well, Stan takes on the first pot. We're going to get a look at where the blinds are at. 2,000, 4,000 with a 4,000 big blind ante.
Oh no.
There you can see a whole bunch of stats about average chip counts, and there you go. Oh my goodness.
She is crushing it.
Haley is crushing it right now with close to 100 big blinds. How are you enjoying the series so far, Derek?
It is fantastic. It's a really nice poker room. Oh, no, not ready for this.
Yeah, Champions is a beautiful, beautiful poker room. We are very lucky to have partnered with them for
There it's
this.
working now. That's much better.
Out on the main floor, 24 tables. Every single table has a card shuffler,
Correct.
TVs in every single direction. The food is excellent.
Can't
Brought
say
in,
about every room, but
yeah, brought in an amazing 4 staff for this tournament. I mean, literally has been run
9,000.
flawlessly throughout.
Then what? Tell me who folds.
We got Haley opening here.
4 seat fold, 6 seat fold.
Steven?
I'm sorry, Haley is 4 seat?
Haley's 3.
Okay. 4 seat, 5 seat, 6 seat fold, 7 seat fold.
Got it. Now we're on Stan in the 9.
9 seat call. Heads up. Action check.
As we have a little reaction. Alright. Put our heads up. 2 6s versus 2 5s. So far, no one's really out of
3
line.
seat bet 7,000. 9 seat call.
Oh, and Haley looks to have flopped the middle set. Leads that it gets called. I gotta imagine that this 9's gonna put it into this hand here in a minute.
9 seat call.
Stan's gonna continue here. Interesting line. See if he can find a fold on the river.
probably.
Now that it becomes an ace,
3 seat bet 20,000.
and I'm willing to bet that this river's not going to get checked back. So we're gonna have to see how much faith he has in these 2 5s.
If there was a river for him not to
Perfect,
call.
Brandon. Thank you.
Pretty standard hand here. The second hand of action. We're playing down to 21 players, so 19 more before bag. Updated chip counts.
9 seat is small blind, 10 seat is big
Oh, you
blind.
don't have to tell me
The
that.
shortest stack having 23 big blinds, sign of a pretty good tournament.
4,000. I can hit you on this. 3 seat fold, 4 seat fold, 5 seat fold, 6 seat fold.
Yeah, we got a real treat now. We got Alex Optional joining us in the mood. Say something to your fans.
Oh my goodness, how we doing?
We're doing pretty good, man.
Solid.
Just watching a little poker. Unfortunately, all these people are better than me and you.
Very much
because
so. Yes.
We are in the
clearly.
booth and they are still playing.
That is how poker works.
Yes. So we got the Jacket of Spades versus a mystery hand. Always fun. We can just pretend like we know what they have.
Sweat with wrestling. That's what they call it, right?
Yeah, something.
Is that trademarked? I hope not.
Eh. If whoever gets mad about that is listening to us, then we have a good problem on our hands.
Yeah, that's. I mean,
One way to look at it.
we like that.
Top pair, we got a bet and a call from Russell. This will be a fun showdown hand, not knowing if it goes bet call on the river, who's going to win.
Yeah. Looks like the flush comes in on the turn. I thought that popped up. Did it go? Oh, incorrect. Not the flush, just the.
It was a
queen.
black card. It was okay.
It was. I tried. Tried my best.
We're doing our best in here. And the mystery hand folds. Updated chip counts. You don't see that quite often. I'll just in case you're popping in and out of the stream.
4 seat folds. 5 seat folds. 6 seat bets, 16,000. 7 folds, 8 folds, 10 folds. 7 folds, 9 folds, 10 folds.
You're good. Thank you.
16,000. 3 seat folds.
Alrighty, here we pick up the action with Jack 10 versus
Go on
A7.
Facebook and share it with your friends. They can see
Yeah,
it.
that was a
Folks.
Jack 10 gets rid of it. So Alex, is this your second time to Houston?
Table, one more.
Yes.
For
Yeah.
poker?
Last time was for the previous Lone Star Poker Series, which was quite fantastic. So obviously I had to come back for the second one.
That's,
Can't miss it.
Yeah, it's absolutely can't miss. Especially, I mean, the whole series is great, but kickoff weekend, you know, we're going to get close to doubling the guarantee.
Is it that much? No.
Yeah, I mean, level 4, we already met the guarantee today in Flight C. I expect a bigger turnout for Flight D.
Yeah. Makes sense.
You know, if I had to guess, we're going to hit over 180,000. Get real close to 200, which is incredible for.
Tasty.
Yeah, I mean, for a $400 buy-in
Yeah, no,
with a
that's
structure
fantastic.
like this, I mean, you just can't beat it. You know?
Fantastic.
And, this upcoming weekend, next weekend, we have the main event, $600 buy-in, 200K guarantee.
9 seat race.
Willing to bet it smashes. You know, we're gonna get to 350 plus,
Yeah,
probably
yeah,
400.
Yeah, I know the first Lone Star. I don't know if this is 100% fact. I think that we doubled literally every guarantee on every tournament that week.
If
we
it wasn't
didn't-
everyone, it was real close.
It was really
I mean,
close,
It was
yeah.
absolutely real close. The only reason why I know that is I got to commentate on a lot of those too because I'm just never going to make it deep in a tournament.
Yeah.
You know.
You're really trustworthy in that way. We just know that we can
Yeah.
have you in the booth.
Exactly. Yeah. You're always going to have a commentator when Chris is trying to bag chips.
That Ace King suited raising there doesn't get any action, unfortunately. Sad day. I think Big Blind had threes. Folds the threes, no set line.
No set line.
I love a good set line. I don't fold threes.
It's the best feeling ever when you flop a set of fours with an ace on the board to a razor.
Yeah, fantastic.
Here comes a double.
When you reset your thing, it should be working now. Can you reset it?
I'm really impressed with the quality of the stream.
6 seat folds.
I was, they did a test run a couple nights ago, and I popped in there and it was
7 seat folds. Or 7 seat
Very
folds,
hyped about
8,000.
It's always good to have a crew that knows what they're doing.
Exactly. Eric Anderson did a great job with all this. He's posting constant updates of
Yeah.
prize pools, pictures of players. He set up all this streaming technology. Everything so far, the first 2 days has been very flawless. Very, very well ran. It's going to be hard to find a better floor team that's here, better staff. A lot of dealers came in from across the country.
The room is beautiful too.
I mean, it's so gorgeous.
great.
I mean,
Fantastic.
just can't beat it. You just absolutely cannot beat it.
Oh, so this is the first time I've actually looked at these stack sizes. And Haley is up there.
Oh, she's crushing.
Oh, baby. That's
Crushing
awesome.
like the legend that she is.
Yes. You don't know Haley Ocho, you need to. You should.
I was bragging on her earlier, one of the higher ups at RunGoodGear.com, which is one of our amazing sponsors for Lone Star Poker Series. They created these awesome quarter zip jackets and full zip jackets that are comfy as hell. Are you wearing one right now? I think you are. Oh, no, never mind.
Sorry, that's my bad.
I have one in my backpack.
I definitely have one.
Yeah, they're very, very comfortable.
Not gonna miss out on that.
Oh, a little flop 3 queens in the big blind, but unfortunately, Brad doesn't have much to go on. He turns a 7 on flush draw. Doubt he gets sticky with it though.
It is blind versus blind. Some people like to be real sticky. She does show the queen there. It's, as she gets the fold. I don't fold in blind versus blind situations.
I do a lot of
I mean,
check
queen-
raising punting stacks is what I do.
Queen high. I'm just calling down.
Yeah, you know, you could have like nothing all the time. I'm gonna make you show me. Oh, you have Queen 8? Good hand.
Yeah.
Dan picking up another pocket pair, and Anna having 2 tens here. We're gonna see some action. And
Oh,
2 aces!
baby.
Here we go, kids.
Come on. Love to see that.
Hand 8, and we're already gonna see a cooler.
Got some action. Pocket tens is a pretty short stack too. I don't know if they're gonna.
What are the blinds right now? Did that get open to 11,000? Well, here we go.
I feel like we should know the
And,
blinds.
and 2 aces have not put in a single chip into this pot yet. It's already been 3 bet to 40,000. Steven is about to look down and realize that Christmas has come early. The very tiniest of 4 bets, but he doesn't want to lose any customers here. Stan's going to get very fortunate here to see a 3 bet and a 4 bet in front of him. He's going to be able to let this go. He's down to 86,000, but he has to know that he doesn't have the best hand here. It's an excellent fold by Stan. He's going to high five his neighbor, I'm sure.
Thank you, Brandon.
One chip forward for the call, please.
Give me a flop and then pause. Give it a second. And a turn. And a river.
Innocent flop. The 2 tens are going to need some help here. Down to 2 outs going to the river. Queen no good, and here we go. The blinds are 4,000, so that raise wasn't extremely out of line like I thought it was. I thought the blinds were like 1,500 or something. This is how bad I am at this.
Yeah, you've never been.
I've never been to
deep
this
in a
level,
tournament,
no.
so, yeah.
Do they still have to put in a big blind any at this point, or do they just, I don't know. Like, I mean,
I think yes.
All
I
right.
think the answer to that question is yes.
Raises 9,000.
this hand doesn't have 8s, 10s, and aces, but we're going to see a little bit of action here.
So cutoff opens with this king 10 off suit,
Got it.
raising to 9K.
9 seat is all in.
Stan's tired of
Unless
it.
they ask for it.
And this is probably going to have to get through.
Okay, thank you. Five holes.
5 seat hold.
I hate when that door opens. One of my friends. Stan finding a opportune time to shove here. It's going to make it real hard for only to call the ace-9 off.
But he's thinking about it.
He's thinking about it. Well, he is down to only 51,000. He's only got about 12 big blinds, 13 big blinds. So he may just be forced to put it in here. Lets it go. Stan's pretty fortunate after that open got through. It looks like we're on a 15-minute break here, guys. We're going to be coming back to 3,000, 6,000, 6,000 big blind ante. You got me and Alex in the booth. Derek will be joining us. Unfortunately, Hayden might say a few words. We'll come back to you in about 12 minutes, guys.
6 seat was just a button right there.
The button is going to be on William in the 7th. Feature table. Not during a hand, not in a hand.
Oh, yeah.
No, they weren't supposed to.
They watched the whole table.
Oh, they weren't supposed to. I wasn't here, so I didn't yell at you. I wouldn't yell at you.
Well, I wasn't here, but I watched it and they're constantly in the ball.
Yeah, during a hand, they were not supposed to be.
I was curious why the rules changed.
It didn't change. It just wasn't enforced yesterday because I didn't. I wasn't here to see it.
Come on in.
Are we racing?
We already raced.
You're done? Okay. Are we gonna chip up here with Haley?
We got 300.
River?
417.
Okay, perfect. And Brad in the 5 seat.
Brad in the 5 seat has 110,000.
Thank you. And Steven in the 6 seat. Perfect. And William in the 7 seat. Nope.
52,000.
And Stan in the 9 seat.
104,000.
Perfect. And Russell should have 185.
I gotta say, it might be this one.
Perfect. We're going to 3, 6, and 6.
185.
Give them 3 and take the 25 and they'll round it up when they shoot everyone I can get.
Okay. I just muted this and turned on the right volume. How did it go?
I was wondering. I don't know which cameras are. Are you running? Okay, you have OBS on this.
So this is GFX server. Wraps everything up and streams it to OBS.
Like the pictures.
It is. I was going to run a cable, a hardware cable, because I'm going on Wi-Fi. So it looks good on Facebook, but over there it's cuts out. So I was about to call cable had it run, I just didn't tape it down yet, and he's like, "All right, we're ready." I'm like, "Oh shit, I have about 10 more minutes." So then I just quick wrapped it up.
Okay.
So right now it's going to be a little laggy, but it looks good on the stream.
Yeah.
And I just turned this mic down to 40%. So you should be able to. So you should. It won't be as overwhelming.
Man, I just hit record. I'm glad you got it though, buddy. Hopefully you can make it satisfactory. Where you from?
Just over
Where you at?
Where's all your money? Don't let you get staff. I got no staff. I'm ready. Yeah, where you at? I think you're good. I got no name.
I'm running around from here. I live in Angleton now. Yeah. I was born and raised right there. Came up the country line.
Me too. Brandon, how you been, man?
What's up, Mr.
I ain't seen you in a couple of years.
It's been about a year or two, huh?
Yeah, I think it has been.
How you doing, Mr. Henry?
I'm good, brother. I'm good.
Doing okay? Still got your game over on 18?
Yeah, I sold out to. Because he went for so much a month. If he went under that one, I can't do it.
Yeah.
When I was doing Corona, he went under that one.
Who runs over there? So you think you're on to us now?
Yeah, he goes to we have a Thursday night game. Mary and Ian, they do Thursday night. You are a table one. Really, really good. It's about promoting. Just promoting all. I was the only guy doing any promoting. You're saying, well, why not same way? This way or this way? I just think
He's not in the pawn business anymore? He's not in the pawn business anymore?
He's not what?
The pawn shop business anymore?
Yeah, but you have to ever go there. But you don't
So he just has a piece right here.
Well, all you have to do is give them a little money every month. They're gonna tell them it's money.
Yeah, I have 5 over here, by the way.
Yeah.
That ain't the Jeff I know.
Is the Jeff Apple coming on? What table number are you?
Man.
25.
Man, you know what? They started spending so much money buying new cars and buying houses. And
26.
eventually all that catches up.
I can't have anything to do with it. I'm going to Tennessee to be my grandkids. And they're here, I don't have to pay nothing up there. 324.
You're gonna move out there? You're gonna move out there?
Alright, yeah. My daughter lives up there, they make plenty of money, my money don't do that. I go over there with 5,000, 15 weeks, never spent a quarter.
Okay. In the next 6 minutes, because
Okay.
if you want to just stop people for a minute, you are.
Where's it going?
Right here.
Try to not let anyone try.
You're doing that.
Ain't risky no more, cause I'm out.
We know we can have it up.
I'm signing myself out, but I'm gonna run this time. Hold on, guys, they're running
Hold that. Alex, you have an apple here, foot now?
I'm going to go around this stuff, go over the camera, so people don't trip on it.
They're kind of like
Calm me down.
Can I get any more, or are we good? That's fine, I'll fix it. Okay, alright, we're good now. long as we got it simple like this. And, we'll watch it right here. Watch that cable.
Is that good insurance or good? Where's the Robert at? He's up there grinding like this? Huh? Robert? Robert's grinding. That's his game now or what? No, I don't know if it's his game, but he has to work there and make a living. He had that place going since 1990, dude. It's all over. Bad ass dude, not want to pay nobody. This way. Along the wall.
Is there enough? How much room do you have? Not enough?
Maybe go back behind it. Go down. Well, we have enough. That's what I'm saying.
I think we played together, played shot college in last year.
Yeah, we will.
Have you guys ever Tulsa Circle Stock?
Yeah.
Yeah, I live there, and I do a lot of stuff with the company.
When's the last time you signed your down card?
I'll go over.
5 o'clock?
Okay, you signed for 5 and 5:30. If you're in this room, you signed your down card for 5 and 5:30.
Just looked a little different, I had to count.
I count already.
Not mine, but I'll watch it.
He's in the bathroom, I told him.
He was watching the screen.
Yeah.
I got it. I'll stand back there.
27 is right there. Yeah, I got it. 26. All right, okay, 26.
It was an accident.
I don't know, I'm just watching it for some.
24. It's right there. 27 right there. 24 is right there.
Oh, you're on 24.
Get over here.
See if I can make it to the end of the night. 'Cause yesterday, they were bagging 12, and I busted 15.
That's a lot bigger turnout.
Are you pushing it? No.
Yeah.
Did you guys lose the player right on the break? Did you guys lose the player on the break?
Yeah. Steve,
Hold on. All right, dealers, double the deal, 366.
All right, guys, welcome back to the Lone Star Poker
C5 fold,
Series
fold,
is
7 fold,
event one, Flight C.
C9 all in.
Is he gonna be in the one seat over there, in the two seat? Or is he gonna be in the one? How many chips does he have?
137.
Thank you. I actually put him in the two seat to give you a little bit more room.
Okay.
So the one seat is dead. 1, 4, and 8 are dead.
C3 fold, C4 fold, C5 fold. It's all in.
Nine folds?
Yeah, sorry. C10 fold.
Tell Ken to come over here. Ken, to do the action tracker.
C5 fold, C6 fold. C7 fold, C8 fold.
He's 9, but that's
9. C10 raises to 18,000. C3 call. Heads up. C3 check. C10, that's 18,000. C3 fold. 80,000.
An Omaha game, it is very, very easy to be able to make those types of hands.
Yeah, that's right. Everyone thought it was a little bit crazy to be doing a cross promotion like that. Essentially a Hold'em promotion that people would have access to on Omaha, but we want to invest in Omaha here. We're Omaha players ourselves. We love Omaha. We also love Hold'em. And everybody who's coming through for tournaments.
Hold on one second, I got to interrupt you for a second. We got a monster hand happening here. We got an all-in from William with only 11 bigs. Stan is not going to get away from this ace-king, and he shouldn't. This is just a cooler type of situation. And Brad's going to have to fold here, and Stan's going to need a little bit of help here. William looking to dodge one of the two remaining aces. The ace of clubs is in the muck. And here we go. Queen, 9, deuce, no help to Stan so far. No one has a heart. Down to 2 outs now. 7 of hearts. William's going to double. Stan is going to be down to about 8 big blinds. And he's going to be looking to spin his stack back up.
you got to take a stand somewhere.
Absolutely, and you know we're just not folding ace king with this few big blinds. 18 big blinds. We're just not folding it. So just your typical cooler hand. It happens. Stan's very resilient. I've known him for almost a decade now, and he's very capable of spinning this back up for sure. So as we look at the clock here, we got a 6,000 big blind ante. We are 11 players away from bagging up for day 2. Here are our chip counts. Haley lost a little bit while we were talking about this beautiful club. Steven's up there now. And we're going to keep on trucking here. So let's go back to what we were talking about before. We were talking about tournaments.
Absolutely, yeah. Everyone who's signing in for any tournament this week is also getting an hour of time on their card. So come in, play a tournament, and also jump into the cash games. We got some great promotions for you.
Absolutely. I keep walking by the cash game and my mouth keeps salivating watching these bomb pots and different types of games going on. I saw a 1-2-5 PLO game yesterday that looked absolutely crazy.
I was in that game.
Another big hand here, ace king for Brad. Not a whole lot of chips. And after William raises, it looks like we might have another all-in situation here.
There we go.
Brad, yeah, there was no doubt that those chips were going into the middle. Now, William just doubled here. A lot of players don't like to get involved in back-to-back hands. They want to hold on to the chips for a minute. But he may not be able to get away from this, and I don't blame him.
He figures he's probably facing 2 overs. Small stack puts his money in the pot. It's the right move, in my opinion.
Yep, sometimes you just gotta hope to be flipping, but we'll see. Oh, I thought he was gonna let it go. He's fooling all of us in the booth.
It is a fairly low pair, so he could be afraid of pocket 8s, pocket 9s, but he's already got some chips in the middle, so he's got to be considering.
And he lets it go. It's a very conservative and wise fold in a lot of spots. I actually really like that fold. It shows a lot of discipline.
I like it too. He just won a big pot. He's doing pretty good. He wants to get backed up.
So, again, 11 more players before bagging up. There's our updated chip counts. Stan's going to have to find a hand here and in a big way. Couple 20 big blind stacks, which is plenty of chips. No need to fret. And we're going to get hand number 15 of this live stream underway. And Stan at the nick of time, picking up 2 aces with no chips, with 8 big blinds. Don't get felt burn putting those chips in the middle there on your hands.
For the rest of the table, he could be doing that with King 10 at this point. He's only
he doesn't have to have much. His range is so wide open. He really needs, let's see, the small blind Steven has a pile of chips. I can't imagine that he folds for 8 big blinds. He's going to have one behind him. I doubt Haley puts it in here. Yeah, she lets it go. Very disciplined fold. If I had to venture a guess, I'm going to say that Steven's going to call here. Stan just unfortunately just ran out of chips. Oh, disciplined fold. And this is likely going to have to get through now.
Steven's fold, it looks a whole lot like that fold last hand too. He's being careful. He's waiting for his spot, and he'll take a stand when he needs to.
All right.
Would you click on this? It'll pop up right now, so chip count, and that's default. After 20 hands, we'll progressively go boom, 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 boom.
And there's our VPIP, voluntary put in the pot pre-flop percentages. Stan, we're only 16 hands into this live stream, but Stan has unfortunately picked up a bunch of hands and unfortunately picked up 2 queens here, again with no chips and in the big blind. Let's see if he can find some action anywhere. Unfortunately, just no one has anything. Stan's obviously raising here, and that's going to be the end of this hand. Just what a time to pick up 2 aces and then 2 queens. There's the raise.
19,000.
He's got to be pretty bummed out he didn't get any action yet.
And not only that, but it's it looks so fishy when you got 10 bigs and you don't put it in. Like, it's just screaming monster, but you just want action so bad in this spot.
He took a little moment to think about
William is going to okay. He balked us. He reached for the chips. He got us in the booth.
Well, he doesn't want any big blind to think they can just steal his small blind if he calls. So he's going to take a minute to think about it, regardless of the 2 cards he's looking at.
There you go. So we got a little under 20 minutes left in this level. There's our updated chip counts. And let's get back to talking about Champion Social out here. I mean, we're having a great time. I hope y'all are having a great time with us out here. Is there anything else you want to let the fans know about the club? I mean, we got the jackpots, we got the bonuses. If you sign up for a tournament, you get a free hour of time. What else? The food is amazing. I don't know if I mentioned that to you yet, but I'm eating here twice a day, every day. Really enjoy the food.
Oh, really? Thank you so much for saying that. We have a tremendous chef. The Asian cuisine in particular, we really spared no expense making sure that it was on point. And some really good chicken, if you ask me.
I'm telling you, man, like, it was actually right before I got in here, Stan was full and I had the last bit of his chicken, and I'm mad that was the first time I tried it. Like, I mean, it is good.
Yeah, it's tremendous. Well, in addition to that, we're also giving everybody 100% match on their first buy-in. So if you want to buy in for 5 or 10 hours, if you bought in for 10 hours, we're going to give you 20. Want to make sure that everybody really has a great opportunity to get into those cash games. And we also give people a rebate. If you play for 20 hours, you're going to get $1 back for every hour you play. And if you play for 30 hours or more, you're getting $2 back for every hour you play.
There you go. And that adds up. I mean, that's a hell of a promotion. So just to recap, if your first time that you deposit money for hours, y'all will match it 100%.
That's correct.
Is there any cap on that?
There's not a cap.
Wow, what a deal. I guess I'm going to have to go over to the cage and make sure I deposit.
That's right. So for everybody who's taking the opportunity to participate in these time-based promotions, it really does become the best rate for any poker room in town. So we want our regular players, people that are coming in all the time, to really feel like we're taking care of them.
Absolutely, especially when you get your rake back, $1 for every hour, $2. I mean, that's a hell of a deal. We got a pretty innocuous flop here, 3-5-6. Ace-5 does outflop the Ace-8 here. We'll see how action proceeds.
If you're Russell, you got to be pretty happy to see that flop.
Yeah,
you're worried about the flush draw,
and especially in a blind versus blind situation. Anytime you flop a pair of the blinds, you're feeling pretty good about it. Pretty disciplined fold here because Ace High in this spot in particular is going to be good a tremendous amount of time. So pretty disciplined fold there. We have 30 players left. We are playing down to 21. We're in the middle of round 13. And I cannot wait for the rest of this week. This week,
I gotta say, this tournament series is being run so well. I've been involved in so many, and I don't think I've ever seen one go so smoothly. The staff that came in to put this together, to manage it, yourself, Chris, it's just been a tremendous experience. I'm going to be participating in every Lone Star series, whether they're at Champions or not. It's something to travel for.
It's absolutely something to travel for, and we really appreciate you saying that. Ever since the first Lone Star series, we've got a tremendous outpour of support from across the state. And we were lucky that the first one was such a success, and we're hoping to make Lone Star a national brand. I mean, and when you got a series structure like we do coming up this week, it's hard to not imagine it being something really special in the future. Got a little bit of action here. 2 deuces from one of the chip leaders raises. The button calls with the Queen Jack, and now we got Haley in the big blind.
Haley's in a really good spot here.
She decided to check the. She called it before the flop, and now we're checking 6, 7, 8. This kind of looks like one of those situations that the first person to put chips in the pot might win it.
That's 25,000. 8-3 fold.
Now, little does everyone know that if anybody were to look at their chips to put in a raise, that they would have won it, but pretty standard hand there. Nothing to see here. But if you're just now joining us, you have Chris Birchfield and Isaac from Champions in the booth. Updated chip counts.
You know, I like being in the big blind like Haley and catching a hand like King Jack suited. A couple of limpers, and you throw some money out there, and you're going to see people run away sometimes. She's the big stack. It'd be interesting to see what she does with it.
Yeah, that could have gone either way. We know that she wasn't folding, but it would not have surprised me. She 3-bet there, kind of trying to thin out the field. She opted to call. It disguises her hand, too. King Jack of Hearts at this stage with that many chips. It's such a big hand. If you flop something big, they rarely see it coming.
3-2 fold. 8-3 call.
Haley getting involved out of the small blind. And we're likely going to see this flop 3 ways. Here we go. Ace, deuce, 5. Russell takes a commanding lead. Brad praying he gets through so he has a free shot at this 3-ball corner pocket, but to no avail. And I'm not sure what just happened on the side table, but it's something really exciting. We just heard that through the wall.
But Russell's not very excited about Jack 4 that didn't hit.
So we are moving on to hand 21. Again, we are in event 1 of Flight C. And those of you that are listening right now, you have another 2 hours and 10 minutes to come on out for Flight D that is currently running in the 3rd level. If you're not here, you are missing out. And I got to cut myself off because someone has 2 aces here and only 15 bigs. Unfortunately, there's not a whole lot of hand for anybody else to have here.
Let's see how he plays this.
Raised.
Raised to 27. And we got a call.
Yeah, this is. Yeah, that was the end of that hand.
That was it.
It's so deflating to pick up a hand like 2 aces or even stand earlier with 2 queens, have no chips, and get no action. But you know, every once in a while, if they look you up with a 4-6 of diamonds, that might be the end of your tournament.
Pretty impressed with the discipline of these players. I think everybody realizes they're about to get backed up, and they're all waiting to make sure that they're in the right spot to make the right decisions.
Absolutely, and bagging is a little bit more important in this tournament than most. You get paid if you bag, and if you bag once, you can bag again and take your best bag forward and receive an additional $800 per bag that you did it.
That's right. There's pretty incredible value just getting bagged up, and everybody's quite aware of that, so they're waiting for the right moves. We do have a raise to 14K. It's a small raise. It's also a pretty small hand. Given the action at the table thus far, I think it's pretty good. Kind of overrepresents his hand, actually. Making a small raise like that kind of feels like he wants action. And he scares everyone off and takes it down with Jack 10.
There's absolutely nothing wrong with gobbling up blinds as much as you can. And we are moving on to hand 23. While this hand's getting dealt out, I do want to go over a little bit of the schedule that we got coming up. So tomorrow is day 2, that's getting kicked back off at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. At 2 o'clock, there's a $400 20K guarantee, which will absolutely smash that guarantee. All the players that end up busting day 2, they typically just hop into that tournament. And then also at 5 o'clock, something that is really, really fun. It's a $300 ladies only event with a Tiffany bracelet that is worth $1,000. That is absolutely gorgeous. That will go to the winner. So that is Sunday. For all you non-Hold'em players, we have the triple draw is on Tuesday. Let me back up. On Monday, there's a 6-max 8-game mix. On Monday, that is a $400 8K guarantee. And on Tuesday, we have the triple draw 3-game mix, which is Deuce to 7, Ace to 5, and Badoogie. That is a $400 buy-in with another 8K guarantee. There are 3 tournaments a day starting Monday. Most of them Hold'em. The other really fun, bigger tournaments, we have the PLO Championship. That's a $600 buy-in with a 25K guarantee. Also, every day at every morning at 10 a.m. there is a mega satellite for a seats into the $600 main event that will start next weekend. So if you hop into that satellite, 1 in 6 players will be getting a seat every morning, 10 a.m. here at Champion Social. Come out for the mega satellite. You satellite in, you get the breakfast platter, the food here is amazing, and then you just hop right into whatever tournament that day is. It's a full day of poker. How could you beat that?
Chris, what do you know about the super bounty tournament on Thursday?
Well, one thing I do know is that I am one of the bounties, and there will be a $300 bounty on my head, along with 14 other people, I believe. So 15 people total. And then after registration is closed, every person in the field remaining will have a secret bounty on them. So if me and you were both playing and you knocked me out, which is more likely to happen because I'm not very good, obviously. If you knock me out, you get my bounty. Whatever's in there. It could be $50, it could be $100. There's a grand prize of $1,000. But if you think that your envelope has more in it than mine, then you can elect to open up your own envelope and then assume my bounty as yours.
So I can choose a bounty, either my bounty or your bounty?
That's right, and you'll have 30 seconds to do so. So it makes it really interesting. At the final table, if you knock out one of the pros and you know that they have a $300 bounty, you can elect to open up your own if you know there's a $500 or $1,000 prize left, and then assume that $300 bounty face up for yourself for someone else to try and knock you out.
So does the tournament keep track of the bounties that have been hit? Can you get some information to
yeah, absolutely. Like everyone will know that there's exactly I don't want to lie, I think it's one, it might be $2,000 bounties, and then 500 and so on and so forth. Everyone in the room will know when those $1,000 bounties get hit.
Interesting. So this is a strategy. You can
there's
strategize.
There's absolutely strategy, and it's a lot like Deal or No Deal. Do you want to take the offer, or do you want to switch off? Or do you want to switch suitcases? What do you want to do?
Pretty good, but I know there's 1,000 out there.
There's 1,000 out there, so we might want to gamble for it.
No gamble, no future. That's what I hear.
That's exactly right. So, getting back to the action here, this should be the end of this hand. Steven's bet gets through, and we are going to move on. 27 players left, so we are 6 away, and this is about the time that typically, unless a big cooler happens, where there's a big lull in the action. That means voluntary put into the pot pre-flop. So those are the percentages of the time that players that are not in the blinds have elected to raise or call and try to see a flop at least. Very cool technology that we got going on here at the Lone Star Series, and a lot of pretty hands here. This could get a little squirrely. We got the 9, 10 of diamonds, a 7, 8 of spades, a pair of 6s, and a pair of jacks.
A lot of discipline. People aren't getting crazy with their suited connectors. When you got a small stack, that's not where you want to get
2 6s
involved.
just found a fold too. And let's see. Oh man. Well, this is getting put into the middle. Yeah, this is a very, very standard play.
Let's see what Haley thinks about her ace. She
Nah,
floats.
yeah, that's going into the mug. And honestly, this hand's going to be over after this. And he's very fortunate to pick up an extra 17,000 for Russell that was going to try and play this hand in position. I can't imagine him putting in almost over a third of his chips to try and knock out somebody with the king 10 here.
He also doesn't want his blinds bullied, and he knows that Bia could be doing this with a pair of sixes or king queen, something like that. He's not really happy about his king 10, but he doesn't want to just get pushed around.
Yeah,
That's the move.
Little Hollywooding, and we're gonna throw it away.
You're still happy to take down those blinds with your jacks.
Oh, especially when you're down to 18 big blinds wherever he was at, and after a raise and a call, he has shot up to 25 big blinds. So he is perfectly happy with that result. Moving on to hand 27 here. Blinds are still 6K big blind. Stan is going to be very excited to pick up this hand with under 10 bigs. Oh, we got a mystery hand here from William.
That's always exciting.
And I'm willing to bet we're all going to see what it is together, because whatever William has, he can't fold after raising. Ace 10, I heard. And he flops an ace, and unfortunately for Stan, unless he pivots a big card. Well, GG Stan, you know you're one of my favorite people. I'm going to try and convince you to fire Flight D, I guess.
Well, Stan's a phenomenal player. I got to see him play some no limit cash game the other day, and he was crushing it. So I know he'll be back. He knows his way around a hold'em table, that's for sure.
Down to 5 from the bag, and now you can tell players are starting to feel it. They can feel this min cash. They can feel a bag coming their way. Russell examining the cards. Wasn't sure what to do with that one. And we get a quick dealer change. Again, if you're just tuning in, you have Chris Birchfield in the booth, Isaac from Champions. We spent a lot of time talking about how beautiful this place is. We really hope that at some point this week, if not tonight or tomorrow, you can come join us. We have a great series lined up for you all week long. I live in town, and I decided to gobble up the great hotel rate that we have for the players that's right around the corner from here, just because I know I'm going to be spending every minute that I can awake here. So if you're thinking about, I don't really want to drive an hour down there every day, get a great hotel at the Hilton West Chase Houston, a great sponsor and friend of ours, for $69 a night. It's a beautiful property. It's located about 12 minutes away from here in Bel Air. And if you need more details, you can go onto the official Lone Star Poker Series page on Facebook and check out all that information.
I saw quite a few RVs in the parking lot for this series. There's some pretty serious people coming down for a pretty serious event.
There's a lot of people that like to travel, but it also should be known that there's a lot of people here that did not have a place to play poker before poker got legalized here in Houston. And so this is now a fun environment where they can play a $400 event and not drive all the way to Louisiana or fly to Vegas and all that kind of stuff. So this is definitely a fun event. We encourage everyone of all skill sets to come and try it out. We have tournaments ranging all over the place from 200 all the way up to 600 of all types of games and varieties. So would love for y'all to come on out.
Dealers going out next hand, 4-8-8,
Blinds are going up, guys. It is 8K big blind, 8K big blind Annie.
We got some procedural instruction coming from the floor. I gotta say, the floor are really on top of it. These are some seasoned veteran
Exactly.
tournament staff.
Kim Stone and Hayden definitely brought in the best staff possible for this event. They come from all over the country, and dealers included, and there's just no complaints to be made about anything that is going on here at the series. It's been a fantastic opening weekend so far, and the weekend's not even over yet. We still got a whole nother flight going on. Matter of fact, I'm gonna peek my head at Poker Atlas here, which if you do not have Poker Atlas downloaded, that is your friend. Download Poker Atlas, and you can look at the Champion Social Poker Club on there. You can look at live clocks, tournament information, everything that you want. So right now I'm logging on there, and I'm going to see what the clock is like for Flight D, because when these guys bag, I'm going to go punt a couple more bullets into this tournament. So, attorneys.
What a great structure in this deep stack tournament. A lot of play for your money.
In level 4 of the night flight, we already have 82 players. I expect that to get at least doubled, for sure. Well, we got a mystery dark all in. Russell keeps picking up these weird spots. And there gets to be a point where you keep putting chips. He's in the big blind here, so he didn't put any chips into the spot yet, but there gets to be a point where you're just tired of folding marginal hands.
Especially in the big blind. He feels like people are aggressing him, and he's got a hand.
It's times like these where I like literally want to just flip a coin. Heads, we're going to go for it. Tails, we're going to fold. He mentally flipped one. Tails, he folded. And here is another staff for our pre-flop raises. And here we go with hand 31.
Steven wakes up with queens.
And he's already got all the chips, so it's always nice whenever you are accumulating chips. You keep putting in raises. People are eventually going to think that you're full of it, but so far, he just fine.
Small raise. 25,000, little less than 3 big blinds. He's not getting any action.
And Steven takes down another pot. I met Steven at a Run Good poker series in Bossier City and watched him take the lion's share of the main event out there with Ray Henson being involved in there. And I want to say Jeremy Tinsley, who also came into town for this Lone Star Poker Series. So Steven definitely knows his way around the felt. He's no stranger to winning big tournaments. I've seen him do it. Very, very nice guy, and we're very happy to have him here at the Poker Series.
Quick correction. We're at 4,000, 8,000 blinds, so that was a 3 blind raise. Pretty standard. Queen, queen, didn't see any action. Small blind calls. And we're going to see a flop.
Little blind versus
Mystery
blind
flop.
action.
There we go.
This hand is over. That is on the screen. We are getting to that one.
Six poles, 7 poles.
And let's see what's going on here.
10 raises, 24,000.
Small technical difficulties. Here we go. Now we're catching up to the stream. We apologize for that. Little pause for the cause. We're trying to
2 poles,
figure something out.
3 poles.
Back to back 8-5 offsuits in the blinds. I thought that we might have been stuck on the same hand.
If you're gonna get the same cards 2 hands in a row, those aren't the ones you want to see.
Well, guys, we are going to be moving on here to what I believe is hand 33. And you can tell these players are just waiting for each other to bust. They are ready to bag these chips and move on and get started tomorrow at 1 o'clock here at Champion Social in Bel Air.
Chris, if you could play one event this coming week, which one would it be?
That's like not the main event.
That's
like,
not the main
that's not
event.
the main event.
I mean, obviously the main event is the best action.
Right,
in the
right,
country
right. Like,
now.
what's my fun tournament?
Yeah, what's the one that
That's
you just
so
gotta
hard.
play?
Because I have 3 answers. I have one.
5 raises, 20,000.
This sounds like cheating, but I have 3 answers because they're all tied for me. One is the PLO Championship because it's probably my favorite game to play. There's so much action and it's so much fun, so can't wait to pump the bullets in there. The other one is going to be the triple draw mixed games. I absolutely love all triple draw games. They're so much fun. And then really just the bounty tournament because in my experience, bounty tournaments, it's going to be playing for a lot of money, but at the same time, they're just fun. You know, everyone wants to have a drink and you know, high five each other and stuff like that. So I'm looking forward to all 3 of those events especially.
No, what happened was Peng accidentally closed the action tracker, so he couldn't do anything. So you could watch everything, but he couldn't follow the action until I ran in there and started his software game.
Gotcha.
So we lost a couple of hands, and we're caught up now.
We had some technical difficulties, but it sounds like we are back on track. I'm surprised to hear it's not the ladies' event.
But we are not going to be doing any of that tomfoolery or shenanigans. That ladies' event is going to be a lot of fun. There have been a ton of amazing female poker players that have been playing in this kickoff weekend. Shout out to Paula, who bagged this tournament twice yesterday. She bagged in Flight A and bagged in Flight B. So she's already got a min cash times 2, and she's going to take her best bag forward into tomorrow's event. I'm not really sure what William's thinking here. I think he thinks Steven's just kind of getting out of line. He's been putting. It's kind of what I was talking about earlier. You know, Steven just always has it, but the rest of the table doesn't know that, and maybe trying to assess the situation of you know, will a raise work here? But he decided to let it go, and we're going to move on to the next hand.
Now, our chip counts are going to be off because they played 3 hands without us following the action. So chips have moved around, and so our chip counts are off based on those last 3 hands.
Gotcha. So, and if I recall, there really wasn't that much action in there, so...
It should be close.
Yeah, I think so. So our updated chip counts that just came across the screen, it's going to be off a little bit, but to my recollection, I don't remember seeing very many chips move, so they won't be too far off. Luckily, we're going to be doing this all week, streaming different tournaments, streaming different flights of the main and all this kind of stuff. You know, we'll be streaming PLO and the triple draw and all that kind of stuff. So, I mean, this is one of the reasons why I love the Lone Star thing. we get to, I mean, look how professional this looks. Like, I'm not a professional commentator, but I kind of feel like one when I'm watching this kind of stuff. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, the stream is incredible.
Yeah, it's incredible quality. Can't thank Eric enough for coming out here and doing this for us. I mean, it just brings a whole new, different aspect to what we're doing here at Lone Star. This could be a little interesting flop. Russell with the ace of diamonds. And a lot of times on these three flush boards, someone might like step out of line just thinking, you know what, it's really hard to flop a flush. Maybe if I step out there, everyone will make it a fold, but it looks like this may be the end of this hand.
Roll up for 132.
I'm in seat 7. You're in 4.
Yeah, I'm over here, yeah.
No, he told me I was in seat 7.
I'm in seat 7.
Yeah, shoot, I thought you were there too.
You are gonna be my big one, Amy.
I need your name and all the chips.
Again, Matthew Lee.
Matthew, how much?
Bring him back. Let's see him. My phone. Whichever scan you want to put is available. I don't Three range of 16,000.
Because I
4 fold, 5 fold, 6 fold.
And we're back.
Sorry about that, guys. A little technical difficulties here. But
Did we get a
we
new
are
player who
back
just
on
joined us at the
track.
table? No.
2,000.
All right, let's
Maybe it was
pick
a
up with
mass
the
change.
action here. And I would not be shocked if Steven just continues to be raising every pot.
2 checks.
He folds. Sorry, guys, we're a little bit behind. I apologize. Flop is out there.
3 bets is 20,000.
what happened is probably we have a new dealer and he's not communicating correctly with the action tracker person when somebody folds or whatever, so he has to catch up. And we just have new staff working the equipment. So we're gonna work those out on day one, so when we get to the final table, it's gonna be smooth.
Sounds good. And while this table has been relatively quiet, the rest of the tables have been getting busy because we're one away from bagging this flight up. 22 players left. There have been 35 hands so far on the official feature table, but we could be wrapping things up pretty quickly here.
If you want to tease the event, they're talking about having a $500 sit and go with some invites. Tom and Derek and maybe you guys, I don't know who all is, they're planning on bringing in when this is closed down, since we have it.
That's
There you go. Oh, just a sit go on the feature table type of thing?
In like an hour. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
all right, everyone. So you heard it first. We are going to have a sit and go popping up on this feature table as soon as this event is over, completed. And we are getting down to we're pretty close to bagging this up.
I don't want to speculate, but in that view, through those glass doors, it looked like Dara's in the house, and I have not seen him in a minute. So hopefully when I get out of this booth, that is him that's out there making an appearance in Flight D. And he will do Dar things where he just comes in, 1 bullet, bag chip lead, because he's a legend.
7 raises, 18,000. 9 folds, 10 folds, 2 folds,
Another
3 folds.
raise here, and it looks like this might get through. William's gonna mull it over and eventually let it go.
What's the actual player count? 23.
Oh,
Blind still at 4,000, 8,000.
sounds like on the audio that we picked up that there might be 23 players left, not 22. So we might be 2 away from bagging. And we will get that correct information to you as soon as we have it here in the booth.
And this is where we see everyone tighten way up.
Haley last night busted, I think, 3 away from bagging.
She did in a pretty salty spot.
Yeah, she was pretty annoyed.
Yeah. I might have gotten a few text messages about that, but I don't want to jinx her. Now that's my home girl, but I don't think we're gonna have to worry about that. She's no stranger to running deep in tournaments.
And she's the big stack right now.
One of them, that's for sure.
One of them.
Steven's got a ton of chips. Brad is stepping out through. Very, very good move.
It's probably 23. What the clock that we see pop up on the picture-in-picture is part of my system that the action tracker person runs. So if he hit X too many times, it's going to show 22.
Gotcha.
And he probably just bumped it, didn't know how to fix it, and like I said, it's all new staff, and we're going to work the bugs out.
And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, everything about this is so fancy and so complicated. It's a treat to be a part of. So we may be 2 away from bagging. We will get that information to you shortly. 23. We have 23 players left, so we are 2 away from bagging.
4 folds, 5 folds.
You're right, Steven has overtaken Haley, but she still has a pretty monster stack. Surprising that we don't see anyone bullying around the field here with their big stacks. It'd be a good spot to start raising.
Oh, this could get interesting here because Steven defended out of the big blind, and we don't know what he has. Now, again, Steven has been putting a lot of chips into the center, and so far he's always had it, but the rest of the players don't know that.
Matthew's also new to the table in the 9th seat, right? He's only been here for a little
Yes, that is true. Discipline fold. A lot of times ace high is going to be really good on the 5-4 deuce flop, but Steven coming in out of the big blind, obviously can have anything. Updated chip counts coming at you. So if you're just tuning in, you are watching a live stream feature table of Event 1, Flight C. Currently going on right now is Flight D of the exact same tournaments. We are expecting close to 180,000 in the prize pool.
5 raises, 17,000. 6 folds.
We're here at Champion Social in Bel Air at one of the nicest clubs I've ever been to, with a great staff and wonderful food. I have Isaac from Champions here in the booth with me. Earlier we went over all the great promotions that we have here. To recap them real quick, if you buy into a tournament, you get an hour of time. There's bad big jackpots. You can make a 7-card flush in any game and get over a $500 bonus. in the cash games. A lot of really cool stuff going on here. Even if you're not a tournament player, during this series, the cash games are going to be rocking like crazy. So I encourage everyone to come check us out down here. It's going to be a fantastic week. Could not be more excited about it. And if I had to guess, you're going to have to hear this voice a lot because I'm probably never going to make it to a stream because I can't make it past like the third break in any tournament ever. So, but that's okay. We're having fun here in the booth, watching all these crushers play.
Chris, let me ask you. I know you play all over the country. Have you ever seen PLO games as wild as Houston, Texas?
Absolutely not. And I tell everyone that all the time. And I also tell people when they come to Houston, throw everything that you think you know about PLO out the window.
It's a completely different game.
It's not even remotely close. 1-3 games here, play like 10 and a quarter games anywhere else in the country. It is truly remarkable how insane the action is here in Houston, Texas. And especially with it's no secret there's always been an underground feature to poker here, but especially after these legal rooms came in and started opening up these beautiful, gorgeous rooms, even more so, the PLO has really, really taken off. It's quite incredible to see.
You know, one of the other things that's really, really unique about Champion Social is that we have shuffle machines on every table.
I've mentioned that a few times. I'm so impressed. There's 24 tables here, right?
28.
28. So 24 on the main floor?
Correct.
24 tables on the main floor, all with shuffle machines. I mean, if that doesn't scream professionalism, then I don't know what does.
When you're paying for your time, it means that you're getting more hands per hour. It's not the rake isn't increasing when you increase how many hands get out there. And so while a lot of clubs would be inspired to slow down the game, let people play less hands for their money, we take it the other direction. We feel like value with the customer is going to make them want to play here instead of somewhere else.
I could not agree more. The shuffle machines are so clutch and so useful. And I hope I'm not getting too out of line by saying this, but if you don't know, they're not cheap. Y'all put in a lot of time and money and effort into making this one of the nicest clubs I've ever seen, especially in Houston. So, complete props to y'all on how gorgeous this place is.
This is the smoking. I'm sorry. Over there. I thought you knew.
I heard.
We're in a back commentary room here that looks a lot like a smoking room from the outside. So if we get some friendly customers join us on our live stream, we'll be sure to introduce them to you as well.
And Brad picking up 2 kings here, who's been able to pick up and an ace king here.